Now it's working. No, it's not. Is it working? Can you see me? Somebody scream! Am I there? Okay, I see one. Mitchell, hi. Okay, so I'll talk for a little bit, see if y'all come back. Sibyl, okay, so it worked. Woo! So what happened, well, I don't need to tell you what happened, but I couldn't call my cousin this other way. It wasn't allowing me to do so. So, hi. Hi, Carlin. Janelle Michelle Burdell. So Janelle's on tomorrow night, right, Janelle? You're all good? Cool. And tomorrow morning we're going to have an art therapist from London on. Oh, good. Gracie made it back. Joey D in the house. Okay. So we're all good. I did it. I know I did it. I'm telling you, if nothing else, like a friend of mine said today, she goes, isn't it amazing how we didn't know that our life was just going to be like the Brady Bunch from now on, because you're on a Zoom call and there's 8, 10, 12 people there. It's all full of boxes. I tried to tell Grace, I was saying yesterday about Zoom, I said, do you remember the Brady Bunch? And she said, kind of. I said, do you remember how they had the little squares? She goes, kind of. I said, do you remember Hollywood Squares? She goes, oh, yeah, I remember Hollywood Squares. I go, that's what Zoom is like. Zoom is kind of like a miniature Hollywood Squares. But it's forcing us to think differently and to respond. And I'm not technological, but I've been filling out different stuff and video, and now I'm doing this. Hi. Okay. So now we're going to call it Scooter. He's been so patient. Hey, Mary. I'm here too. FaceTime. It's all about connection. It's all about connection. Oh, her breasts are in my bed. Hi.
Hey there.
Sorry about that. I had all this technical stuff going on. Oh, you're by the birds. I love the birds. I love the birds.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right. So, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is my cousin Anthony DiMaggio. Some people know him as Scooter, but I love Anthony because, that was, and while how we're related, oh, my mom is here, Grace is here, and Lisa's here. Our grandmothers were sisters.
Yes, yes. And I like having both names. That way, some people can call me Scooter, some people can call me Anthony, whichever they choose.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Anthony Scooter DiMaggio.
Nice to meet you all. Excellent. Thanks for tuning in.
Ciao, Anthony. So
Excellent.
People are already saying hello to you. Hi,
Good.
Michelle. The nurse with the purple hair. The nurse with the purple hair. I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I love your new. I think you need a purple face mask. But Michelle, I love you. Oh. So anyway, okay. So this is Scooter, and this is his art in the background. Some of it.
Yep.
Tell us about those birds.
I started the series of birds about a year ago. I really like. I love birds. We have some feeders out front, and I've always wanted to do like a silhouette with a pattern inside. So I came across. I really got into plaid patterns, and at first I thought I bit off more than I could chew because a plaid pattern is very difficult to make, and I'm making them with regular colored duct tape. Cutting thin strips, cutting shapes, putting them on, and then kind of cutting them up with an X-Acto knife, like a duct tape surgeon.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
we can get a closer look later if you like.
So that's all patterns made with duct tape behind us?
Yes, yes.
I need to get a closer look right now. Oh my goodness
Absolutely.
gracious. You guys, look. Hi, Winter. Wow.
The lighting is a little tough in here, but we'll see what we can do.
What's the bird made out of?
It's basically a piece of wood, just a cut piece of wood that I cut. and then layers and layers of tape interwoven to kind of give it the plaid effect.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Here's some of my older works. The duct tape is, I've been working on a series of duct tape works for a while. These are shaped.
Oh, where'd you go?
These are all colored tape as well.
A friend of mine, Carlin, just called you Dr. Duct Tape.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Dr. Duct Tape. Very cool.
You know what's funny is I originally had the idea, sort of as a joke, right after 9/11. Somebody had said,
because you were living in New York.
Everybody needs to stock up on duct tape so you could cover the vents in your house or for whatever emergency reason you might have. And of course, that's a silly idea, but I kind of ran with it.
You were living in New York at the time, yes?
I was. Yeah. I was.
Wow. I love the blue. I loved the cardinal before, but now I love the blue one, and then I love the yellow one, and I just love them all. They're so cool. And they're different birds. There's a
yes, of course, the blue is a blue jay. Of course, the red is a cardinal, and the yellow is a yellow finch.
Oh, cool. They really are neat, and they're much bigger than I thought. Because when you were sitting down, they looked small, but then how?
No, they're pretty big. This is the blue jay is probably about maybe 3-4 feet. Okay. By a couple 3 or 4 feet, 3 feet wide altogether.
And do you sell them? I've
sold some pieces. I haven't sold any of the birds because these are the first birds that I've done.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's pretty good. It's kind of therapeutic, It takes a while though. The blue jay took me way longer than I thought. That was the first one. There's a pretty big learning curve, but get into it and it's kind of fun. I really like the end product. Yeah.
How thin are the pieces of duct tape? How thin do they get?
Well, it's regular duct tape. So basically, I cut off a regular piece of tape, standard size, like, a couple inches, and put it on a piece of wood. And then I'll cut an X-Acto blade and then cut whatever strip or shape I want. And then I'll put it on there. And then from there, I'll sort of cut the slits and then overlap them and then create the section where the stripes overlap. That's actually quite tricky. If you ever look at plaid in detail, it's very complex the way the regions overlay and how they create, where they overlap and everything like that.
That's like you've created herringbone with duct tape.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Excellent. Good observations.
Now, have you looked? You must have stared at a lot of plaid in your life.
Yes, and especially recently, and I would really have to look at it on the computer and just break it down, like really try to analyze it and figure out how to do it. And what you see here for the blue jay, for example, is numerous attempts and practice runs before I got the final equation as it is.
I wanted to see the way. Have you videoed you actually cutting the tape?
I did. I put a couple videos up. I put one up of the blue jay on my Facebook Anthony DiMaggio fan page, Anthony DiMaggio Gallery, and I did put together a wacky video of me, and I have sections of me actually cutting it up, cutting into and making the actual patterns, so you get a good sense of what goes on. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you have an Instagram page, which is
Scooter DiMaggio,
and then you have your Facebook fan page.
It was Anthony DiMaggio Gallery. Yep.
And if any of you have ever been to DiMaggio's Pizza,
yum, it's fantastic.
That's his family.
Actually, I thought about doing a very large round pizza.
Ooh, yeah.
In duct tape.
Yeah.
So that'd be pretty cool.
I know a woman that makes dresses out of duct tape.
Oh, yes. I think I remember you mentioning that, and I think I've seen some of her work. Mm-hmm. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. She doesn't do... I've never seen her do any plaid, herringbone tweed at all. That's just nuts.
Yeah.
These are so cool. And then the other stuff is also that's all duct tape on the other side as well.
Yes, I have one painting. Well, this is a very old painting I have up. It might be a little. I don't know if you can see it. Might be a little suggestive, but that's on your own projection for the viewers at home. But yes, This is one of my favorites. And these are all shapes of states. This is all colored duct tape, and if anybody can figure out what this is, I will declare them very insightful and intelligent.
Is it film?
What?
No,
what state is this? And it's basically an abstraction. It's a reference to something
state? And it's 368 is the number because we see it backwards.
Yes, good point. Yeah, sorry about that. 368 and the state is actually turned on its side. So if there's any baseball fans out there, that's a hint for you.
Is that a Boston thing?
Another hint for you.
Oh, Chicago.
So
it is Wrigley Field. It's the ivy at Wrigley Field.
Of Wrigley Field.
Yeah. I have I've seen the Dead there a few times, and the last time I was there I was backstage, and I went back in the dugout, and then I put my hand inside the ivy. I have a photograph of my hand in the ivy.
That's cool. I'd love to go down inside, be on the field, and see behind the scenes.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really neat. Yeah, a couple people, and a friend of mine, Gordon, said duct tape pizza can fix anything. Hello from San Diego. We have New Orleans, Illinois. Larry De La Cruz is from Oakland.
Nice.
Joey DiMaggio says duct tape pizza. And my friend Lion is in India, and he loved it. He said gorgeous blue jay and bagpipe all rolled into one.
Ooh, bagpipe, yeah, like a Scottish quilt sort of.
Yeah. And my friend Serena Yost, she lives in Brooklyn, I think. Are you still in Brooklyn, Serena? Scooter and his brother Joey, tell them a little bit about 54.
We lived in New York City, and we had the greatest job in the world for about 5 years. And we started back in 1996, and we worked we were bartenders for the Broadway Cabaret at Studio 54. And it was...
Uh-oh. I hung up. Shoot. See, you guys, it's just not my night. Just for a minute, it wasn't my night. It's still my night because you're here. Sorry.
No worries.
Okay. So you had the greatest job in the world.
Yes, we were bartenders for the Broadway show Cabaret at Studio 54, and a lot of amazing people. We got to see the show and be around the show every night. It was on Broadway. It was magical. Our job was very easy. We would bartend for like an hour while people were getting their seats. Then we would go and do whatever for about an hour and a half. Come back and then bartend during intermission for about 20 minutes, and basically that was it for like 5 years of our life. It was pretty awesome.
And Joey D, you guys hooked me up one night, and I sat next to what's her name? Charles's new wife. What's her name? Lady, whatever. The English lady, Prince Charles.
I remember when you came there. That was fun. I don't remember who you sat with, but
well, I sat by myself with a $20 Cosmopolitan. That was like right? This big, and then I sat next to whatever Prince Charles, whatever his girlfriend or wife is now, or girlfriend, the one that he was with after Princess Diana and before.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
She was sitting next to me.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. And then we partied, and then Camilla. I sat next to Camilla.
Camilla, that's it.
Oh, Joey D says the cocktail was only 17.
Yes, it was a bargain.
It was like 1990, what year was it?
Probably about
97, $17. So $20. I gave him, I'm like, yeah, might as well take the whole 20. Camilla,
it was pretty absurd.
Mm-hmm. And then should I tell him my story? What happened afterwards? Okay.
Sure.
So this is really bad, you guys, but I'll tell it. So afterwards, Scooter and Joey, we go to this bar where we were sitting there. It's a bar that you guys hung out at a lot. Dylan's. We were at Dylan's. And Joey D says, oh, and now he says they'd be 50. Joey says, hey, Jenna, are you hungry? And it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I had only had that one large drink, but I hadn't eaten anything. Oh, someone said I saw Cabaret at 54 in the 90s. We sat at a table by the actress Perry Gilpin, who played Roz on Frasier.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah, you probably were served by my cousins.
Yep.
So Joey says, Jenna, you hungry? I'll get you anything you want, whatever you want. And I go, whatever you go. So he goes out, comes back with sushi.
Yes.
From a bodega, like cute little, wherever, sushi.
It's reliable.
So here I am eating sushi, and then he goes, my friend thinks you're cute. Do you want to go back to his apartment? You know, we'll all go back there for a party. Hi, Jimmy Cavallis. Jimmy Cavallis is here.
Hey, Jimmy.
And this guy's like really cute. And I go, well, I'm not going there alone. Oh, Scooter's like, well, I'll go with you and Joey will go. And I think maybe there was one other person. Mm-hmm. And we go to the house. Yeah, Joey says the sushi seemed like a good idea at the time. So we go to this guy's huge apartment, big, beautiful apartment, huge flat. And Joey says, you know, my cousin's a singer and she has a CD, and I always carried my CDs with me, which I have right now if you want to buy 12 or 15 of them. So he goes, well, let's put your CD on. So he puts the CD on. And then Scooter goes, like, you guys split. You left. So I'm there with this cute guy in his apartment, and my cousins, I don't know, you, well, we're going to go out and get some more something to drink. And we're sitting there, and he's got this glass, big, beautiful glass table. And it had a pair of Barney's, brand new Barney's leather shoes from Barney's, in the like wingtip shoes that he had just bought. And we're sitting there, and he's like, so have you ever made out to your record before? And I'm like, no. Where are my cousins at? They went to get some more alcohol or something. Someone's calling me, sorry. Uh-oh. See? I did it again. So I'm sitting there with this cute guy, and he's got all these beautiful picture books on his table. And all of a sudden, I start to feel weird. He goes, are you okay? I go, I'm a little nauseous. And he goes, do you want to smoke some weed? And I go, no, do you want some water? And I go, no, I'm cool. And my stomach's like, and here's this smoking cute guy, and I'm in his apartment. I threw up all over the glass table. I threw up on his brand new shoes. I was so sick, and he like kind of picks me up, and as I'm walking kind of down his hallway, I threw up on the pictures on the wall. He's like, come on, to the bathroom. And I'm like, blah, 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 blah.
I'm so sorry.
I get to the bathroom, I'm fine, you know, because I had just everywhere. And then he goes, he got me a toothbrush. I washed my face. And he goes, you can sleep in my bed, but I'll sleep on my couch. And I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm fine. I'll just leave. He's like, just go to sleep. So I went to sleep. I woke up in the morning. I left. And I remember walking down the street because I got dressed to go to Studio 54 the night before. So I'm 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm walking down the street in like a, cocktail dress. I was so sick. I was so sick the next day that my friend KP picked me up and took me to a hospital.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Oh yeah, I was in the emergency room for like, I threw up in the cab, I threw up at the ER, and then I got all the fluids, and they were doing some remodeling in this place. We have 21 people still here. So did I make out with him afterwards? No, but I did something really funny years later. He was so cute. He was the owner of Studio 54.
Josh Hadar.
I sent him, you know that rubber vomit that you can get?
Oh
That,
yeah.
that you could buy at Angelo's when you were a kid? I put some of that in a headshot and I sent it to him in the mail. But
Nice.
but I ended up that night before I'm not talking right. But I got all the fluids and everything in the hospital and then I went and saw Tom Waits.
Well, you know.
So I rallied.
Yeah. I blame my brother.
No, I didn't. I never made out with him again. He was really cute, though. Thanks for the hookup, cuz.
Well.
Thanks for the sushi, Joe.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never told that story, I don't think, out loud before.
Well, now you probably feel better now, don't you? It's cathartic.
Someone just said I'm making them hungry.
Not for sushi, though.
Yeah, I think I'm going to skip the sushi. Just don't ever buy sushi at a bodega in New York City in
I
the
think it was
Broadway.
summertime, too, right? It was warm out, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I remember. It's okay, Joe. Oh, I'm sure that I ruined the shoes. I know I ruined the shoes. And I think, wasn't there a photograph of him and his dad with like Clinton or some?
Probably.
Yeah, they were like, I remember seeing presidents on the wall. I was like, whoa, on the wall. Yeah. Yeah. So if you ever see him, say hi.
I will. When's the last time you were in New York? Recently, right? Well,
I was there in January.
Yeah, I miss it.
I know, because when you were there, you were, what was the place? The barbecue joint?
Virgil's.
Virgil's.
Yeah, Virgil's too. That was cool.
Virgil's at Times Square. And then you used to come to my show. Oh, yeah. Joey says his dad is a billionaire. He's fine. Yeah.
The Hadars, Josh Hadar.
I threw up in a billionaire's apartment.
Yeah. No big deal.
Didn't you have a car? Didn't Joey have his own car?
I had a car for a while. It was a van. I'm not sure if I had it when you were there, but I did have a car for a while.
But didn't Joey have a car through the family, through the 54 that you guys would like jump in? Oh, I'll call my car.
Yeah, probably had access to a car that we took around from time to time.
I'll call my car. Because you picked Lisa and I up at Smith and Walensky one night.
I did?
No, Joey D did.
No, we did, okay.
But I remember your van. And then when you came to California once, didn't you get a ticket?
I don't remember that. I remember coming to California when I was like 21. I came and I visited. I came to visit you. That was really cool. I don't remember getting a ticket. I might have.
Who's Meth Giler? Meth Giller?
Scooter. Oh, Jeff Miller, yeah. He's a good friend from graduate school.
He said Scooter could parallel park that fine like a mother. That van like a mother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you had a car service. Yes, you did, Joey D. I remember.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing the birds like on a, sorry, I had to, this is how the show is. It just kind of, something happens.
Whatever.
It's
like, all good. No, it's great.
11:11 and ADD with Jenna Mammina.
It's all good.
Oh, so Jeff, Joey's saying hi now.
Hey, Joe.
Joey's here. My friend Janelle's here. My friend Michelle. Lots of people. I don't know if we have any other cousins here. I think my sister's here. Are you still here, Lisa? Not Mama Grace is here.
Hey, guys.
So the birds. Do you like? Are you gonna pick out? Are you gonna do a what's the yellow bird?
The finch.
A finch, like a yellow, not the finch. No, like the other yellow bird that people like the little baby bird.
Canary. Well, I think that if I do more birds, I'd like to do more birds. If I do, it might be. I think a robin might be the next one.
Ooh.
I think because I would like to see some browns and oranges and golds in a plaid pattern. I don't know how many more birds I'll do. Maybe a few more, but maybe I do like the idea of doing more silhouettes. I like the idea of kind of a very simple shape with kind of a complicated pattern in the inside. So I've been kind of working on some sketches for that. Also, kind of making some more wacky videos. I'm doing a lot of different things.
So your videos are on Instagram. Tell us your Instagram account again.
Scooter DiMaggio. Yep. So I'm doing a lot of different things. I've also been doing a lot of writing here and there. Thinking about starting and publishing a blog. So I think I mentioned to you before, Jenna, I have a hard time kind of focusing on one thing, and that used to bother me a lot. But now I'm kind of embracing it.
Oh yeah, you have to. You're an artist. You create different things. That's how we roll.
I try to, and maybe you try to relate to this as well. Is I try to carry a similar sensibility throughout every different thing I do, so that maybe when you see a bird or when you see a video I do, or maybe read something, it still kind of has a vibe, a similar vibe, a kind of a common thread through it all.
Definitely. Definitely. I hear you. Yeah, because you take what you know. It's your heart. It's who you are. So
And I think that's well said. That's well put. And I think that everything we do is a self-portrait in some way. So
yeah, my friend Michelle just said, "You're not alone there, my friend." So that's
yeah, right.
But that's
Well,
how you.
here's what I think about. When I was in school, when we were in school, we like high school, we go to one subject for an hour, the bell rings, we go to the next subject for an hour, the bell rings, and the same in college, and the same whatever. We were never really taught to specialize. And in some ways, sometimes society tries to get us to specialize, and sometimes you have to, and sometimes you should. And I wish I would sometimes more too, but after a while, it's like I wasn't really made to specialize. I feel like I'm like an undesignated T cell, like a T cell in the body that's capable of being anything, but yet I haven't really been told exactly what to do yet, and I'm not sure if I ever will.
Yeah, I mean it's like I sing. People go, "Oh, you sing jazz." I go, "No, I sing country. I sing pop. I've been in hip hop bands. I like to paint. I like to write. But I think there are schools now where kids have that experience more. They get to figure out what they're good at.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the bell doesn't always ring. I was a Montessori teacher for years, so you could see if a kid was into robins, they'd learn everything there is to learn about a robin, and then everything there is to learn about a cardinal. And it might take them 3 months just to learn about that one bird, but that's
Right.
what they're into.
Right.
And like you said, the bell rings, and we try to live in the normal society, and it's just not. And so now, where we're at now in the world, we can kind of create, as Janelle and I were talking tonight, it's an opportunity to recreate a whole new way.
Yeah. And speaking of, I have a question for you. How does, because I've been noticing, and I think you mentioned it before, how does doing what you've been doing lately with this sort of talk show format, having guests and kind of speaking regularly, how does that relate to some of your other things that you've done? And where do you see that fitting in?
Well, I used to do this a long time ago, but I videoed a bunch of different 1111s with people, and then I got intimidated because I don't know how to edit.
Mm.
So I didn't do it. I mean, I have like probably 20 different 1111s with different people. 30, I mean, at least on my other phone, I have tons and tons and tons and tons of video. And I have a video camera with tons and tons and tons. And then people are like, "Oh yeah, you need to edit it, and you need to do this, and then you need to do that, and you need to do this." And then when Facebook Live started 3 or 4 years ago, I was doing all my gigs.
Right.
And I love people. I love meeting people. When I'm on stage performing, I talk sometimes probably more than people are like, "I came to hear her sing," and then she told us a story about how she threw up all over this billionaire's shoes. But to me, it's all part of who I am, because
Right.
like your art is really representative of who you are. You're not a character. I'm not a character. This is who I am on stage and off of stage. I don't have this other persona on stage. I might be a little nervous and a little bitchy before the show because what if nobody comes? What if nobody comes? And my dad would say, "Who comes comes." Right. And so I say that now. Who comes? What if only 25 people come and there's 300 seats? Who comes comes. Right. But I mean, I would love for this to evolve for sure because I think I enjoy it, and therefore for me I'm good at it. Like I don't turn off and go, "Oh, I wish I would have asked Scooter about his, favorite color," or it's every night it's different. And tomorrow there's a psychotherapist, and tomorrow night there's going to be a drummer and who plays an udu. How many people do you know? I know a lot of cool people in the world. Right. And you are very good at this. I can see that. Not only just the charisma, but you're genuinely interested, and you're very engaging, and that's always going to be attractive to people. And I'm a connector, and I want people to see what you're doing. I think back to your cereal machine. What was it called? Yeah, it is a cereal machine. Tell us about the cereal machine. What's up? I love the cereal machine. Do you have it there? I still have it. I'm going to walk us over to it, but it's not filled up or anything. It's in storage. So pardon the Baroque light and dark display here, but can I ask you, are you in Kalamazoo or are you in, where are you? I'm at my dad's. I'm in Coloma. Is that basement's that big? Oh, it's great. And we recently just, a huge project, my dad and I cleaned it up, tore a bunch of stuff out, took a bunch of mold out, repainted it. It's really nice now. Wow. Because I remember going in the basement when I was a kid. Oh, yeah. We used to think the hill was so big. I know, right? When we sled down it. We sled down the hill. Well, it would be like, we're going out to DiMaggio's. We go to get pizza, and let's go up and see Aunt Mel and Uncle Nina. And I'm like, we have to walk all the way up the hill. And then we'd roll down it. Michelle, yeah. I want you to be on the show. Kate Hankey, hello, girlie. I'm drinking tea tonight. Okay, you guys, so this is the cereal machine. Normally it's filled with Raisin Bran. It's tough to see, but there's Raisin Bran inside. It's an old refrigerator, and I put a new door on it, and there's a tube structure here that's in the shape of like the mortar for bricks. And I put milk in here. Milk ran down here, and then open up the spigot here, and milk would pour out here. And then cereal, you turn this thing, and cereal would come out here. At Anthony DiMaggio Gallery, you could be able to see some pictures. I need to put some video of that up, too. Cereal machine. Is that your dad? Hey, check it out. We got another guest here. Hey, Izzy DiMaggio. Hi. Hey. You're on Facebook Live with the 20 people. Half of the people you're related to. I was upstairs watching, and then somehow it backed up, and now I got you when you started it. So I'm about an hour behind now. No, what happened was that I was on another feed, and then it got into it's a long story. But see, you guys, this is how you grow up around here. You walk around town, and you run into your family all the time. Oh, hi, Iz. Oh, hi. Oh, hi, Scooter. Oh, hi, 500 other people that I'm related to. Big yep. Is Joey's saying hello, you guys. Hi, Joe. How are you doing, sir? How you doing? Good. Fine. It's just quite a show. It's fun, isn't it? Well, I'm learning stuff that I had never heard before about New York and stuff, which is very entertaining. Oh, we have stories. That's a good one. That's when I was. That's a good story. Well, Izzy, I would love for you to come on the show sometime. That would be fun. Yeah. Who? You. No. That's for the boys. Let them handle it. Mary Carson says hello, and my friend Gordon. Well, Gordon Stanley, he wants a cereal machine. A cereal machine? Mm-hmm. Okay. This is the basement, and we did a lot of work on it. It's all cleaned out. Jenna was talking about remembering coming down to the basement years ago. Oh yeah. And hey, Izzy, did you guys ever have the Did you have the Christmas parties there, like back in the day before we were even born?
A lot of Thanksgiving stuff, mostly Thanksgiving, but we had a few Christmases. You remember when we'd come in from Chicago? We stayed at Will's or Aunt Sandy's or Uncle Paul's, and
we had a lot of relatives. We'd have like 120 people for Thanksgiving or Christmas, like 10 turkeys and
there'd be a big barrel of oysters, too, if you remember that. Uncle Hank would bring the beef. Remember that?
Yep, big trash can of oysters. And then I remember Sam would bring the best Parmesan cheese. Do you guys remember the cheese?
And the, what's that Italian pastry? The cannolis.
The cannolis.
Boxes of cannolis.
But he would bring this cheese that I would go, Mom, make sure we get some of that cheese. Get some for my pasta. We had, like, your mom would, my grandmother and his mom, Izzy's mom, would make these roasters full of mastacholi. The whole roaster was pasta. It's crazy.
That was back in the 50s, late 50s, early 60s.
Wow. I remember being there when I was really young because I remember playing in your mom's room. You know, like Annette and Angie and I would go in the bedroom and just, like, I don't know, because we thought it was cool or something. But then we rented a hall after that. We'd rent a hall for our family for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yep. And we'd spend the night too, remember?
Yeah, we'd stay up all night.
Stay up all night, yeah, many times, sure.
Like we'd go there and then go to midnight mass. And I remember being in midnight mass with Josie and we laughed so hard that I thought the priest was going to kick us out. Josie's
well, usually we have a few drinks before, and then we get to midnight mass, and you're about half in the bag. Then we come back, and then we play poker till about 6 in the morning. Then we had to come back for the Christmas dinner or whatever. But those were good times.
It was really fun. It was really fun. It was such a gift to be, like, people would say, how many people are you having for Christmas? Oh, about 100, 120 people. Cousins.
All right, I'm going to let you guys go.
Bye, Iz. We love you. Thank you.
Good to see you. Love you guys. Have fun. Quite a show.
Thank you. Do you have anything else there that we should see?
I mean, it was just we cleaned up the basement. I'm as you guys know, may not know, I love golf. So I got my putter down here, and I work on putting in this nice little rug here. If there's any golfers at home during this time, you can always get some carpet and putt on the carpet. But yeah.
Is that like there's that golf place down in Benton Harbor now? Have you been in there?
I have. It's really nice.
It's a place where you can do virtual golfing or something?
Yeah, they basically you hit into like a screen, and they've got a bunch of equipment that tracks the ball, and it will tell you, how far you hit it, the spin on it. It will tell you about your swing. It's actually not only fun, but it's a good tool for learning and practice and stuff.
Were you a golfer in the last, did you grow up golfing?
I started playing when I was about 8. My dad got me playing when I was about 8, and I played all my life. I played on the high school golf team. I played on the golf team in college as well.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Kalamazoo College golf team. But then when I moved to New York, I didn't play any golf in New York. I played a lot of softball in Central Park, which was fantastic. But since I've been back here, which has been about 4 years, I've been playing a lot in the summertime. So that's been one of the good things about being back here.
And is your job? I can't think of the name of the place. Planks.
Yeah.
So, like, when you're not working at Planks, are you usually on the golf course?
In the summertime, yes, definitely.
Fun.
And what's interesting is because actually, and maybe you relate to this, or you can speak to this. When it's cold out, I feel much more creative. Maybe that's just because we're inside, and you have to kind of. You have to make do. You have to kind of entertain yourself, but find meaning in things. But in the summertime, it's just a lot easier just to kind of just be out and just do stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, it forces you. I mean, I look at me. I have this fur on, and I'm in the house. It's not. It's fake fur, but I like get all cozy and get my dog. Yeah, we can't go on our 6 or 8 mile walks like we normally do anywhere else. But Yeah, so it's, then we have the sunset, and I have to go to sunset, but I still do the sunset even in the winter because
Yeah.
it's still kind of winter to me.
It
Because it
is.
snowed yesterday. You
It's gonna
guys, it
snow tomorrow,
snowed.
maybe.
It's supposed to snow like 6 inches this weekend. But the only time I ever golfed was in seventh grade because we had to take golfing in gym and we had a cute golf teacher. That's like
Did
the whole gym was all girls. We're going to learn how to play golf. We're going to learn how to play golf.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
would you take me golfing sometime?
Absolutely.
I don't even know how to golf though. I know how to miniature golf.
Well, that's where it starts, and even if you get on the course, you can drive the cart or just putt on the greens, whatever you'd want to do.
I want to do it
For sure.
whenever we're allowed back out there.
Yeah.
Whenever, it's all. I'm glad that you guys are all healthy and everyone's here and everyone's staying put. And who knows what's the newest thing that you've done? What's your latest creation?
Well, like I said, lately I've been making those wacky videos, and the theme of my newer videos are love in the time of COVID-19.
Yeah.
And the joke is where I'm in some sort of scenario, and you don't know what I'm having a relationship with until the end of the video, which is the humorous reveal. The first video I was in bed with a radio. The next video I was having a romantic breakfast with my set of golf clubs, apropos our conversation. And I just filmed a funny one the other day, which I haven't published yet, so I can't tell you what I was interacting with, or else it would give it away. But stay tuned. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been working on. And it's funny that you mentioned Instagram because I want to post these videos on Instagram. I've made sure that they were under a minute.
Oh.
And that's actually a good thing for me. It's a good thing to have to limit my time.
Well, Instagram, that the attention span is definitely less than a minute. So I'm going to get back to this with you. So, love in the time of COVID-19. What are your thoughts? Are you meeting people? Are you talking to people online? Are you
not
are
really.
you video chatting with people you've never met before because that's the date?
Am I what?
Like people that are on Match or on
I do that a little bit, not a whole lot. It's almost like it's tough. I mean, I was doing it a lot more before, but now I'm not necessarily that I'm skeptical, but either I'm just kind of choosy or just not into it or not feeling it. I mean, I'm always open for meeting new people, and I am. Uh, but it's a lot different here than in New York, so you definitely have to be more creative here. Actually, bartending was kind of good for me because I'm not very social in general. If I have my own time, I'm usually working on stuff. But bartending helped me to get out and meet people, and if I'm going to meet any women, they'll be there. So here I'm like, kind of stick to myself, but I've talked to a few people here and there, and it kind of actually forces you to sort of get to know somebody before you want to jump into anything, right?
Right.
You can't really jump into anything right now, can you?
Because so you'd meet them and just talk to them and be, well, do you want to video FaceTime? Do you want to? I don't know.
I haven't even gotten that far yet. I mean, I haven't even done that yet.
I have a couple of friends that I've been talking to about this same thing. Like if they were to meet, do they do the 6 foot? And I always say 10 feet because 6 feet is really 3. So 10 feet, like you want to go meet and go walk at the sunset, and we're going to be 10 feet away from each other. I don't know. Love in the time of COVID.
That's what. And I think that's why this time is. I think this is good for people to meet online because, like I said, you kind of have to take it a little bit slower, and that gives you time to either flesh out if you do want to spend time with someone or you don't. But if it's like summertime and you're just like, hey, let's just go, it's easier to rush into things when there's not the threat of COVID-19 out there.
But if you get involved with someone that has it, then you're immune.
That's true. Well, that's true. So what you're saying is that online dating to rapid physical contact is the way to create herd immunity.
I didn't say that, but you know, yeah. Yeah, Scooter. Someone's, yeah, yeah. A friend of mine said that, but then it's going to get weird.
It's already weird.
It's so weird. Is this the weirdest?
It is very strange for sure.
You know, the last time I saw you? Oh, I want to hear what you have to say. Well, but the last time I saw Scooter, he was on stage. He hasn't told you that part.
Yeah. That was for the Reader's Theater at the Box Factory. I was in a small play, a short skit.
It's a great skit.
Yeah, it was fun.
All of a sudden, I'm look up. I'm like, that's my cousin. There's my cousin on stage. Of course, there's a cousin. And I've been with people when I've invited people to come home with me before, and then I see all their cousins, and they're like, "Man, this is just too many cousins." And, and I run into them, and like, well, let's go meet my cousin in New York. I go to New Mexico. Let's go meet my cousins in New Mexico. You know, I've got like 40 first cousins in New Mexico. So between that and yeah, he's an actor too.
I think one thing that I've been thinking about, and I don't know how I would get into it or if I will, but I really am intrigued by the idea of stand-up comedy. I know it's very difficult, and but I like the idea of writing skits and sketches, and I know it's different, but I really like the individuality and the sort of the daringness of stand-up comedy.
I kind of feel like I do a little bit of that in my.
You do, yeah.
Yeah. Do you? I was gonna. My friend Sybil just asked. Do you remember any of the lines from the readers that you were in?
A little bit, and it's funny because I was thinking about that the other day, and I think if I got into the first couple lines, I think the whole progression of things might bring it all back. But what I have noticed is that a lot of the ways that I delivered my lines, I find myself doing now in just regular speak. So it's kind of like the emotions or the way I articulated things or the way I phrased it would kind of come back to me now, which is interesting.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I sing when I sing when I talk, and I'll say something sometimes and go, oh, that's just how I would sing that line if I were singing that line. But what can you do a couple lines?
Let me think.
I remember, wasn't it a mother, father, and son in a car?
I was the middle, and my mother and my father were bickering back and forth, and I was between them. And I can't remember what it was, but there was. I'll try to think of it. It's been a while, but I had to do a lot of scolding to each of them, and I was disgusted, and I'd say things like, all right, that's enough of that. Let's just focus on the road, you know? So I was constantly trying to bring order to the situation, and it was a lot like real life.
It's family. Yeah. It's family. Yeah. And we're very close. You live with your dad. I've lived with my parents and all three of my siblings as an adult in different situations. And your mom and your sister and Joey. I mean, it's what we do. It's family.
I definitely. I think, when I was in New York, I lived by myself for like 20 years. And I loved it. And I do love living by myself, and I'm sure I will again someday. But the reason I came back to Michigan was to be with my family. So I figured if I'm going to be here, I'm going to embrace it. You know what I mean?
Yep. I hear you. Well, Mitch lives downstairs from where I am. And
oh, he does? That's cool.
And then when I'm here, when I'm not here, it's a whole house. Mitch and Jeanette and Blake are downstairs, and then they're moving to another place, and my mom moved in there. So Grace moved out of her condo, and she's moving into this other place, or she's moved in already, and Mitch is there, and so it's we're like a quarter of a mile, so same. But I need to get out to DiMaggio's and get a pizza. Maybe we can meet out there too. And are you guys open? Are you doing delivery?
Yeah. Yeah, for takeout.
Okay,
Of course.
so are you do you do delivery?
No.
Okay. So what time do you know?
But if anybody wanted me to deliver them a pizza, I'm sure I could be talked into it because I would love to, help people out. So
Cool. Well, that's good to know. Hi,
yeah.
Joshi. Oh, another friend of mine from Berkeley. I miss the Bay Area. So what are the hours? Do you know?
I want to say 11 to 9,
7
8 or
days
9.
a week?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know Gracie's been talking about getting a pizza, so when people say what pizza is your favorite pizza, I go DiMaggio's. Like,
Of course. And when people ask me why, or when I tell them why, it's actually an interesting reason. I mean, of course, it's because I've had it my whole life. But if you think about it, my grandfather created the recipe. So whatever he liked in some sort of genetic sense
sure.
is probably going to be along the lines of what I would like.
Yes, I agree. See. I don't eat wheat. I'm allergic to wheat now for years, and I just visualize. I know exactly how that crust tastes, and it tastes like no other crust.
Mm.
And the sauce, and for my dad's 85th birthday, Vince brought over 20 pounds of mastacholi.
Oh,
And I
nice.
just sat there and I poured the sauce on, and then I kept some sauce to the side and put some cheese on top of that, and I was like, I'm good. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna eat DiMaggio sauce. I'm good.
Yes.
But it's a perfect pizza. It really, really is. And I think if I could encourage you, I think doing a duct tape pizza would be really cool. Hold on one second. Michelle, I really want you to be on the show sometime this week. Next week, if you could do that, contact me and let's talk about it. And Joshi, you too. But if somebody was signing off, I love you, girl. The nurse with the purple hair. I'm gonna have to get some purple hair and be like you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh, no, Mama. No, for Dad's 85th birthday, Vince brought over pasta. And then I think maybe he did bring some for the funeral as well. But I have and in fact I have a video of the pasta being stirred. It's in slow-mo. It's like
Oh, nice.
wow, wow, wow. Hey Cindy. Hi girly. But yeah, you're right. That's your genetic, that's your taste buds are developed for generations,
I,
three
I also,
generations.
yeah, I also like Santinello's pizza.
Good
Um,
stuff.
I like Santinello's pizza, and I love the old Capozio's pizza. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Well, Teresa's out in New Buffalo. She's got she's Teresa
I
Capozio.
don't think I don't know if I've had that.
Yeah. And then Joey's got his place, Joey C.
Joey C. I've had Joey C's once. It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. He makes a good sauce too. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Hi Jeff. I have other now LA's on and Cindy
All
Gould's
right.
on. Can you show these guys your birds one more time just so we can
Sure.
see?
There's a distance shot. You can see all of them,
I love you.
and then I'm gonna get some close-ups here for you so you can see the patterns.
So you guys,
It's
these are all made.
plaid pattern made with cut layers of cut up colored duct tape. This seems to be the favorite so far. My mom and my little niece, they like them all, but they're liking the yellow one. I like blue, so I like the blue jay, but I'm enjoying all of them.
I have to come see them.
Yeah, they're really cool in person. You can kind of see from the side. It's a thin piece of wood, and it's pretty clean. It's got like a plastic protective sheeting over it. But
Oh,
yeah.
so that's what I was going to ask you. How do you seal them?
Yeah, that was tricky actually. It's a really thin piece of like plexiglass that I had to cut it to the exact shape. I had to sort of glue it on the side and then kind of put like a nice clean edge on it. It's tough to see, but so yeah, I'm going to schedule to have a show actually at the Box Factory in September.
Awesome.
I don't know if that's going to be postponed or if that's going to happen or what. And I also want to take some of these pieces over to see Anna Russo. She's great. I know her a little bit. We've spoken briefly, and I want to show her some of these works in person. But we haven't gotten around to that. But I'm going to be doing that as well.
Let me know when you do that. I'll come sing at your opening.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would love to. I had just invited myself.
She does a lot of great stuff for the community. It's good to have her in the area, and I stopped in a few times and we chat and we talked about my work. But I have to bring it in to show her yet.
Oh, so she'll love it. It'll look great on her wall. She has a brand new wall and everything's all brand new in there. It will look great.
Yeah.
For sure. Wow, Scooter, Anthony DiMaggio, thank you so much. You're welcome to come back sometime, and when you have your videos, I could show your video on here. That would be fun.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, anytime. I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun, and thanks to everybody out there. Thanks for tuning in.
It's really cool to have you here. I love you.
Yeah, I love you too. And take care, and I will talk to you later.
Okay. See ya.
Right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Yep.
Scooter, Anthony. You guys, that was fun. It was a little two-parter for the night. We had a two-parter. Sweet dreams. Janelle Burdell tomorrow night. That'll be fun. Jeff Metzger's here. Did I miss anybody? Cindy. Michelle. Joshi, if you're still here. Mwah. Joshi Marshall. Joshi Marshall, come be on the show. Come play. Come play. Gosh, you guys. I just love this. I love turning people on to other people and art and music and healing ideas and thoughts. And have you taken your supplements today? I've taken all mine, and I'm finishing up my tea. We have to stay strong and keep our immune systems right up there in the world, because it's cray. Yeah, isn't Scooter cool? Thanks, Scooter. It's kind of hard when you walk into a bar and your cute cousin's there and somebody goes, you say, hi, Scooter. I say, hi, Anthony. Because there's, Scooter is your name, Scooter. It's just the way it is. So, wow. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mama Grace, for being here. She might have gone to sleep. People on the West Coast probably went to sleep. It's 12:30. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys. We've been here a long time. Lillian's like, great, Mom, are we going to bed? Are we? Yep. Yep. Do we want to, are you guys ready to go? I'm awake. I can hang out for 3, 4, 5 more hours. It's better than I was going to clean my kitchen floor. How did he get the nickname? Do you know what? I'm going to call him back because I don't know that. Good night, Joey. I'm calling your brother. I should call you. Or you could tell us. Hey, we have a question.
Okay.
How did you get your nickname?
My mom, when I was very little, just started calling me that. And I've asked her about it, and it wasn't necessarily because I, scooted around. But there's an interesting motive behind it. I think that she just didn't want me to be so incredibly Italian sounding. So
no, she wants you to be Anthony.
Well, I think that was just her way of not having me be like a total Italian. So it's kind of funny, but here's a name that I almost got called. They almost named me Rico Rocco.
No. Not really.
No, I'm serious. Can you imagine?
Like your middle name was going to be Rocco?
I don't know. I don't know what was going on.
Rico Rocco DiMaggio?
Yeah.
What was they going to name Amy?
I don't know. I don't know what that was about.
Rico Rocco?
Yeah.
We should have asked your dad.
I know. Um, but my name though is actually interesting because I touched on a little bit. It's kind of been a source of ambiguity for me, honestly, and because it's almost like going back to me sort of not knowing what kind of artwork to do or whatever. It's like I don't really know who I am because am I a Scooter? Scooter. That's kind of a funny name, right? Am I Anthony? Anthony sometimes sounds pretty formal. I don't feel very formal.
You're not a Tony.
Uh,
You're not
Tony.
a Tony.
If I lived in Brooklyn, I'd be Tony, you know?
Tony. You could do that. You're not a Tony. You're not a Nino. You're, Anthony. Yeah, you're kind of a Scooter, aren't you? I might start calling you Rico. Rico.
Rico, yeah, whatever.
Rico Rocco. Really? Yeah. Really, Marilyn? I can hear her saying that because she came up with Pooh. She got.
That's right.
She named Pooh. Hi, Ben.
I'll ask her again about it. I'll ask her again.
All right, next time.
To flesh it out. Yep.
Okay. Sorry to call you back. Didn't mean to bother you.
Anytime.
All right. Good night. Love you.
Okay, bye.
Hi, Bess. Wow, you guys. Super fun. Gracie likes the name Scooter. I like Scooter. He's just such an... All my cousins are cool. We have cool cousins. I always had the cutest girls and the cutest boys were my cousins. Go figure. So you all have a beautiful night. We'll be back tomorrow morning. We'll get some little art therapy going on tomorrow morning. And I hope to see you. Float on back through. And if not tomorrow morning, tomorrow night, Janelle Michelle Burdell, who plays Udo, is going to be here with us, with me, and then it's the weekend. Yeah, isn't that cool, Mary? Well, we're at 11 with 11:11 with Jenna, and thank you. Have a beautiful night into the morning. Love hard.